Hi, and welcome to Baz Bytes. My name is Matt Okuma. I'm a systems architect at Cisco, and I'm going to cover a pretty fundamental topic that I think a lot of times is overlooked, and that is the built-in memory diagnostics or burn-in capabilities within Cisco UCS Manager and what UCS Compute offers in general for diagnostics. So just as a definition, what is server burn-in? So server burn-in, unless you just trust your server when it arrives from shipping, no idea how it was shipped to you or what conditions it was exposed to, when you're going to run mission critical workloads on a server, best practice or industry best practice is to run a burn-in. And a burn-in is simply a series of tests that is designed to push the hardware to the limits and use every available component within the system to sort of do its burn-in or test it out before it's put into production. So it's a series of tests, often ran for many different hours on end, and the aim is to identify any early failures or detect any parts that might have been damaged in shipping or any defective parts during that. But UCS, one advantage UCS Manager has is it's made it very, very easy to run these tests, either on one server or all servers at once, or by booting to a CD. And I'm going to demo that in the second half of this quick video. First off, let me just walk you through the basic foundational concepts here. So you can search for these terms around under diagnostic policies within the UCS Manager guides. There's also a disk that you can boot to manually if you have a standalone rack mount server that you're not using UCS Manager to manage. You can boot to the disk, and it actually has a whole array of tests. Very, very comprehensive, very easy to click through and follow. You just boot to the ISO, and select the test you want to run and let them run. But the easier way to do it, if you are using UCS Manager, either a HyperFlex system, rack mount servers managed by UCS Manager, or traditional blades, you can create a diagnostic policy directly within UCS Manager, which I'm showing here under servers policies, diagnostic policies. You can click add and create a new test. So there's various different industry standards, butterfly, killer, probes test, etc. Different chunks, different CPUs you can run it on. Loop count is the number of times it will cycle. But to create a policy, basically you go to that, you create it, you select those different options, increment order count, select loop count, select pattern. You could leave all the others default and hit save. And then once you create that, this is an example here of a good policy where we actually nested all the tests in and test all the different memory patterns, and the loop count should be set to 10 plus for a comprehensive test. So this is an example, and I'm going to actually show you in UCS Manager what that looks like to actually create it, but this is just an example how to create that example of a memory burn-in policy. So to run it on one server, if you go to that actual server here, you can see if I'm going to the actual equipment, rack mounts or chassis, click on it, click on Diagnostics tab. Again, I'm going to demo this. You can see where I selected that policy that we created called memory burn-in. You can start it there or just select that. If you hit start, it will reboot the server and go through the different tests that you specified in your diagnostic policy. You can also do this on all servers. Just take caution whenever you're doing anything on all servers. This would typically be used if you just put in, you just standed up a greenfield UCS environment and you want to do them all at once. Once it's specified on that previous slide that we showed you, you can go and navigate at the top level under equipment and diagnostics and hit start. And as long as it's selected on each individual blade or server, it will reboot and execute the full diagnostic test. So, and if failures are observed during this, document the state that was found when the diagnostic was running, collect support files, then create a service request. But the other one is if you are, and I encourage you to check out our other series on Baz Bytes for Intersight. If you do have your UCS domains connected to Intersight Automation will actually automate the creation of the attack case and upload the necessary logs that are required to troubleshoot the issues. But first, now let's just jump in here real quick and take a look at what this actually looks like in UCS Manager. So I'm logged in here under UCS Manager, and I'm just going to go to an individual server. Actually, I'm going to go first off, I'm going to go under servers here. I'm going to look at under policies. You can see I have diagnostic policies. So here's the example of the memory burn-in policy that I used in the slides here. You can see I have all the tests selected. They're all using a big chunk memory size. They're testing all the memory and running through the different ones at least 10 times. If you want to create very specific ones, you can just create a diagnostic policy here. We'll call this test. Click next here. I'm going to add a test. So you can see the order of the test. Do I want all CPUs? How many times do I want it to cycle? We said we wanted to cycle at least 10 times. Let's say I want to do one that's going to cycle 50 times, but it's only going to be 5 meg chunks. I'm going to select all the memory, and I'm going to select a random test here called butterfly, and click finish. So now we'll see I have another policy here called test, and you can see it's the one we just created. So if I wanted to first assign that to just a specific server, so if I find one of my servers here, so if I go to equipment, I click on my servers, you can see I have my servers. I'll just go to server one, and you see up here there's a diagnostic. So if I click on that, you see the diagnostic policy is set to default. I can choose my memory burn-in policy has all the tests or just that one I called test. I'm going to select memory burn-in. And I would just simply, if it was just this one server that was replaced and I wanted to check it before put it back in service, do that burn-in, I would hit start here. It would reboot the server and ask to reboot the server and then begin the overall test, display any diagnostic results down below here, any errors that might have happened, etc. right here. So after I hit save changes. Now, if I wanted to say this is a greenfield environment and I was bringing a bunch of blades online, doing these one by one might be a little redundant. So if I come over here, discard those changes, just at the top level equipment, go to diagnostics, and then clicks my rack servers. This is a HyperFlex system, 3-node in my lab here. You can see I have 3 servers. If I hit start, as long as the diagnostic policy I chose, or whatever is chosen on all the servers, it would invoke that by hitting start here. I mean, and anytime you're doing multiple servers or doing things all at once, just be cautious, be careful of what you're doing if it is a production environment. So in conclusion, thank you for taking the time today. Watch this video, which I think is a very, very important topic for anyone bringing new servers on, just to avoid early failures. It is a production environment, so server burn-in is very critical, but UCS Manager does provide a very easy way to run online diagnostics in an automated fashion within UCS Manager. Additionally, if you want to take a more comprehensive or thorough approach, you can download that ISO from Cisco.com, the diagnostic ISO, boot to it, and perform more of a manual setup and execution of the online diagnostics. So thank you for watching this Baz Bites. Please subscribe to our channel and look for more upcoming videos on important topics. Thank you.